ecology, and of course for our knowledge of extinct life itself. If you still have that Indiana Jones picture of the paleontologist in your mind, or even Ross from Friends, you couldn't be more wrong. Forget whips. What real paleontologists carry with them is their laptop. They may need a hat for occasional field work, but most would do better investing in a comfy office chair because they'll be spending most of their lives in front of a computer. Coding is a vital tool in the kit, allowing them to gather enormous volumes of information and statistically analyse it. They type code like most of us type text messages. They fetch CT scans like ordinary people grabbing a takeaway coffee. We are now seeing a radical transformation in the science of extinct life. That is part of the reason that I am writing this book. The use of statistical methods to analyse big data and the routine CT scanning of fossils have opened up entirely new fields of research. Our knowledge has accordingly exploded out of the boundaries to which pen, paper and a keen eye had previously confined it. The role of women is finally being recognised, both in the past and in the present. There is still a long way to go to address the diversity balance in paleontology, as in other sciences. We're still a little too white and Western. But increasingly, the countries where the most groundbreaking discoveries are being made are not Europe and America, but China, Madagascar, South Africa, Argentina, Brazil. Researchers from those countries are studying their own fossil heritage rather than seeing it removed to museums abroad, as was once habitually the case. The main reason I'm writing this, however, is to set the mammal story straight. You might think you know where mammals come from, but I reckon you'll be surprised. If you thought it all began with the extinction of the non-bird dinosaurs, think again. If you believed mammals, we furball milk givers, merely scooted underfoot like terrified snacks for most of the time of the dinosaurs, you are dead wrong. If you have always repeated the tale that mammals come from reptile stock, wash your mouth out. We mammals are a lineage all our own. Our branch stretches away from the others, tied through time by our anatomy and physiology to the first backboned animals on land. Long ago, we struck out in a flowerless Eden, and we made good. I want to show you the parts of our mammal journey you've never seen before. It's impossible for me to introduce you to every animal, group, place, and researcher in the history of mammals. Neither would you enjoy it if I did. Instead, I've selected a smorgasbord of the tastiest morsels. I'll showcase astonishing fossil discoveries, the key twists and turns in mammal evolution, and a few of the many talented researchers who have transformed our knowledge. There are some standout characters you should meet and localities to tour. I especially want to invite you to Scotland and show you how our discoveries among the seaweed of the Western Isles fit into a global picture of mammal development, linking to mind-blowing new fossils recovered from places like China and South Africa. I'm going to take you on a completely new journey through mammal evolution. This is the prequel. This is the Untold story. Chapter 1. Isle of Mists and Lagoons. It was only later that I understood the 3-minute journey for the sea pilgrimage it truly was, from the old rocks of Europe to the ancient ones of America. The two continents pressed shoulder to shoulder, making a glen of an ocean. Standing now on the other side of the Narrows, the Morven, the Ardnamurchan side, I was now in another land. Mary Ann Kennedy. Narrows. I pushed my bag as far as possible under the boulder, where a patch of grass escaped the downpour. My own body was too large to fit into this dry haven, so I wedged myself into the lee side of the rock. I pulled up both of my hoods, the one on my outer waterproof jacket and the one on my secondary waterproof overcoat, to cover my sodden grey hat. Taking off my gloves, I wrung them out onto the limestone pavement, watching the water cascade into the cracks sloping to the sea. It was the last day of fieldwork on the Isle of Skye, the largest of the islands in the Inner Hebrides, a scatter of emeralds along the west coast of Scotland. The Gaelic name for this place is Ilan Achior, the Island of Mist. That day, the clouds hung so low that they swallowed the Cuillin mountain ridge completely. I could only see